So we will start now. So I have created the form.html. This is it. Then the CSS also I have form.css, see empty. So I want to type HTML, then I press enter. I get the skeleton. So here I'll give it title CSS.
السلام عليكم سامي.
Walaikum assalam. Form style. Okay. So CSS form styling, I'll save it. Then I will link the file. Okay,
Sir, what are you starting?
you came late. We are starting CSS styling form. How to style a form in CSS. Okay. Or using a CSS to style a form. We are finished with the pseudocode and pseudo element. Okay. Try to practice. I told you, boys, practice, 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 practice. The key word is practice, practice. We are not in the lab so that I will be doing and I'll be watching you. But you have to take the responsibility on your own and do it. Practice on your own. Okay. The more you practice, the easier it becomes for you. This time around, the exam is not going to be easy like that. There will be some practice. There will be some practical there. Okay. If you don't know, maybe practical will take 10 marks and the exam will take 20 marks. Then we'll see what to do. So let's look at it, take our time and study very well, do the practice. So I have now linked it. I'll save, then I'll go to my page, open the form.html. There will be nothing inside. I just want to see it is there so that we can be updating. So CSS form styling, there's nothing there. So we can now style it. We go to the body. We can call the universal selector. Okay, and apply box shadow, box sizing, other box. We can give padding values, then margin. Okay, okay. Though I have not given any value, I will leave it like this. We can give it 0 pixels, or maybe 0 pixels for the body. And leave this one. Save like that. Then the body, I'll call my body. Give it background color. Light blue. Save. Look at what we'll get. So this is okay. It means if the CSS is not linked well, you will not get it. Okay, you will not get it right. The CSS must link well. Okay, this is external CSS. So once we have this, the next thing that we have is to go to the HTML and add the forms. Okay, we can maybe add H1 tag and say okay, and fill in the form below. So if I save, refresh my browser, so I'll refresh my browser. So fill in the form below. Okay. So if I want, who can tell me in CSS if I want to target this? Okay. If I want to target this one, how do I target it in CSS? I want to see those who are following. So how do I target? I want to put this, fill in the fill in the font below. I want to put it at center. How do I target it? I want the CSS selector to do it. I want to see. If you are able to give me correct answer, I'll give you 1 mark for free.
Sir, I did not understand the question.
How to target? You see, I targeted the body. I gave it background color, okay, light blue. These elements, this text, I want to put it in the center, okay. How do I do? How do I call it to start styling it?
Sir, we can target the class or the ID by its name, or we can target the tag itself, like H1.
Yes, good, very good. I give you 1 mark. Let me write for you 1 mark. Okay, here you can give it ID, like what man said is true. You give it ID. You can give it ID. Once you give it ID, then you can call the ID or class, okay? Or maybe use the tag, okay? The tag selection. You can give the tag selection. You can call the ID H1. Just call it. Let's go my pen. So here I call H1. All right, that's 9B, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So check. Okay, I give you 1 more. So with this, now I want to, if I want to center it, I want to give one. If I want to center it, what property should I give? And I also want to make it color. What property should I give? I want.
Sir, you can give it alignment tag, alignment attribute, and then center.
I don't want this answer to come from man. I want another person to get it.
Okay.
Who can give me the answer? I want to play. Now I have got the selector. Okay. I want to put it in the center and also give it the color white. And what do I do? This is for 1 mark. I want. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, if you want, sir, first, sir, you target it, sir, alone. Then after you target, sir, you make for it color text to change its color and to
I
make it
want
in
the
the
code.
middle.
I want the code. The code. What do I write? I want what I should write there. Okay. Hawari. What should I do? Abdurazak Saddam. Uh, Shahzab. This is for 1 mark.
Yes,
This
sir.
is for 1 mark. Okay. If you don't give, I will give the chance to man to get another 1 mark again. I want different person to get 1 mark. If we are following this, is easy for you. Okay. I told you always you should be practicing. Watch the video and practice. Okay. How do I color it and also center it? Who can give me the answer? Try and get the 1 mark quickly before. Okay. Anyone can give the answer. What do I give? What properties should I give? Now, man, if you want the 1 mark again, you can answer quickly.
Sir, you can add the alignment attribute.
What is it?
So, align.
Align here in the CSS or in the HTML?
Here, sir.
Sir, in
Here,
the C.
here like this.
Yes.
If you use align, it will not work for you. The color, how do you apply the color?
Font color, sir.
Okay, here it should be text align, text align. Then you give it center, okay?
Okay.
then the color, it should be see the color. Okay, you see color, then you give it white, or you can give RGB FF like this. Now look at what I'm going to get. See that? See that?
Yes.
Can you see now it's in the center, and also the text is white now. Okay. We can give it margin top. Margin top of maybe 30. I'll see. So now it's everything is okay. So we can give the form also. So how do you get the form? You can use the form property, form element form like this. So by default, it gives you the class. You can put the class name, the action index.html. Okay. Then also posts. These are all important, but we can, because we're not going to do any scripting. Okay, we can leave it like that. We can only give ID or class. Okay. So once we have, then we have the input. Okay, we want to do inquiry form, okay, or contact form. So here we'll say input type text. The name is f name or full name. Okay, let me give it full name. I don't need the, I don't want value. I will give placeholder. So placeholder. Okay, then ID. ID is equal to full name, same full name. So what do I do is to copy and paste for the number of things. So we need a full name of a person, like inquiry. Okay, if you go to my site like this, the one I am creating, this one, you see that there is a contact form there at the footer. Okay, so this is the site I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so you see this one, this, if you go below, you see the contact form there. See the contact form, full name, email, contact, and the message, then the send box. Okay, so we will do that also. So here, instead of text, we say email and the name. This one, instead of full name, we say email. Then the name is email also. Then placeholder here, we say okay, full name. Then here I will say email. I'll paste again, and that this time around I will give okay, I'll give maybe contact text. Then I'll call it CTA for contact. Right. The name also CTA or any name you want to give. CTA. The placeholder is what? Phone. And maybe instead of contact, I will say phone. Sorry. Say phone. Name also phone. Then I'll do text area. Text area, the name is message. Okay. And ID, you can give it also ID. ID of messages. And we can paste here for inputs. So text instead of this should be like checkbox. I would call this gender. Gender. Okay, here so I want to make radio box. Radio box. Radio button. Okay. Here I will say gender. Then I wait for this. So here I will say mail. I'll copy again. Paste. Then this one should be what female. I will say no. If I refresh, you see I got this. Now it's not looking nice. You see that? So we have to style it. Okay, we will style it. Then we can give the submit button. Okay, we can also have a checkbox. We call it checkbox. We can call it checkbox. Yeah, the checkbox. Checkbox. So we can call it. Can leave it like that. Okay. The checkbox here. We want to say. We will ask mode of contact. Mode. How we say how do you want us to reply? Okay, reply. Here, how do we want us to reply? Okay, so here we can get maybe phone, email, copy. Then we say okay, phone. I'll save. If I refresh this, I what we got. So with this, now that we have the meat, we have the bones, we need to add the meat to make it look nice. Okay, so in the form, we need to call, we can call the form. Okay, we call the form. Okay, and give it width. The width of the form maybe 600 pixels. If we want to center the form, we can add some kind of if I save like this, watch what we are going to get. See, the form is this. If we want it to be in the center, we can give margin. Okay, you can say margin 0 pixel auto. Margin 0 pixel auto to center the form there. Okay, so when I refresh, see the form is now centered. I can give it okay, if I like, I can give the margin top of 20, maybe 10. Watch what we get now. See that? So the next thing that we have to do is we want to call We want to call the form imports, okay, and display them block, display block. If we display block, everything will be on its own line. So let's see. Maybe sorry, there's mistake here. So when I save and refresh the browser, see that everything is on its own line. Okay, there is something that we can do here. You see, this one is so huge because of the calls that is given, the column, okay, the columns of 80, rows of 90, 8 rows of 8, columns of 80 columns. We can reduce it. We can even remove it there, okay? If we remove it, then we get the default. The default will be there. See that? See the default. So we can now style it the way we want it. We can style it the way we want it. So I hope this is clear to us. We are going to add more and even add more in the next. So there is also a trick that or technique that we can do. You put everything, okay? We can put them in the div element, div, okay? It's a form control. It's a div. We call it form control. So what we do here is that we cut and can copy this, right? If you want to target, do more. So you just cut them. This one, I will cut it and place it here. Again, I'll cut this one and place it here. So each one will be on its own form control, right? Then this one's so we save, refresh. So there is no time. We are going to continue the styling in the next class. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.